What is a seller's agent? What do they do? The seller's agent is going to focus on selling your property quickly and for the most money possible. The tasks and responsibilities of a seller's agent include marketing your home. In today's day and age, a seller's agent's main goal is to provide as many eyeballs as they can on your specific house, highlighting that through virtual tours, photography, videography, website, anything online traffic, anything they can do with local marketing, retargeting of other buyers in the area that are looking, any and everything that's going to put a really complete and comprehensive plan together for your specific home. You want to make sure that they can tailor it directly to the amenities of your house. If you have a view, if you're coastal, maybe it's farm property, maybe it's acreage, maybe it's a single family home in a great school district. You want to make sure that you're finding a seller's agent that knows how to tailor specifically to your home, bring out its top amenities and characteristics that are going to sell it for top dollar. In addition to marketing your home, you also want to find someone that's available to have an open house toolkit, plan, setup. Essentially, you want to make it an easy, seamless process, almost like a red carpet for buyers to be able to, once they see it online, to be able to tour it in person. We use 3D tours, virtual programs where they can see measurements, but ultimately getting them in the door, making sure they're pre-qualified and that they can see the house for everything that it is what you're looking for in a seller's agent. Another top characteristic in a seller's agent is negotiating the sales price of the home. You want to make sure that both parties feel like it's a great deal. I learned a long time ago from one of my investors that I got mentored in the business that you want to make sure that no matter what side you would be on, you would perceive it as a good deal. So a great seller's agent is going to make sure that they translate the value when they go through and negotiate the purchase price or the terms. Let's say the sellers need to stay in there a little bit longer because their next house is getting built or they're relocating. They want to make sure that as much of that information is up front and negotiated before you enter escrow. So when you get into escrow and you start doing inspections or things start changing, you're minimizing whatever damage or cost, because oftentimes if it's not up front, the sellers are going to have that damage on their side instead of the buyers. Another important thing to look out for is making sure that you can close the sale. When it comes to disclosure, paperwork, we all know and we've all heard the devil's in the details. When you go through the transaction, you want to make sure that you're finding someone that is equipped, has a team, maybe a transaction coordinator, maybe an assistant or two to help them with the showings or the marketing, things that come up in the paperwork with inspections, could be repairs and contractor negotiations, could be something like utilities or maintenance that needs to be done on the property. You want to make sure that the seller's agent is prepared to make sure that there's disclosure across the board. They really know the ins and outs of the property that you've told them, and they're able to relay it all throughout the transaction and put it together in paperwork, emails, or disclosures back to the other party. So how do you find a good seller's agent? Real estate's constantly changing. Yes, some of the most productive people are always actually relevant from what I've learned over the years throughout real estate in their local markets. People that are good last year or the year before tend to figure it out, change, adapt, and continue to do the things necessary to continue to be relevant in that market. So when you're asking for recommendations, don't be afraid to reach out to a few people. There's no cost or obligation to meet with most good sellers agents. They're going to give you the options and make sure that you're well informed on this decision that most fits you. Another great one is obviously searching online. Online is a great resource. There's videos, there's tutorials, tips and tricks that people have, as well as just traditional marketing that they do online. One of the greatest things to see in an agent that you want in choosing who to sell your house with is what they're currently doing with the sales they have. So it's a great option to go online and do your research. Interviewing agents can also be a great way to make a decision. You don't want to do more than 4 or 5, but I think you should do more than 1 or 2. So you want to find the happy medium. Most people, I'd say 60 to 70%. Choose the first couple that come out with. But again, make sure you're giving yourself options. You're giving yourself a little bit of time to decide what truly fits for your timeline and giving yourself a little different experience, even to justify that initial decision if that's what you want to go with. So here are the key things to look for in a seller's agent. You want to make sure they have adequate experience in the local market. They know the different types of buyers, homes, availability, what's going to be attracted into the market, so they can truly be a master marketer of your home. Knowledgeable. They have to know the process of really getting into the nitty-gritty of selling your home. There's a lot more disclosure. There's a lot more things that they need in terms of making sure that you have the proper information up front to highlight and really show the potential buyers that are coming in to sell your house for the highest price possible. So communication. You want to make sure that there's open lines of communication throughout the entire process. Some people use text, other people prefer email, some people even like phone calls. We're all busy in today's day and age, so choose whatever medium is best for you and make sure that whoever you choose in a seller's agent, they're responsive and helping you with all the information and guiding you through the process. Personality. When you have someone in your home as a seller's agent, you have options. You want to make sure you truly choose someone that you're comfortable with. They're going to be in your home. They're going to be asking you questions about how long you've had things or what you've improved upon, or maybe some of the things that are not desirable about your house. They're really going to be in your space, showing prospective clients, letting other agents in, having open houses. The more comfortable and the better personality fit you are, the easier the process is going to feel and ultimately be as you go through it. The greater the problem that agent can solve, the greater ability that you won't have to be the one to try to figure out how to solve it. So you want to make sure that you're finding someone who's sold homes before and knows maybe what problems or issues might arise, and be comfortable enough to stay calm, stay collected, give everybody options, and really be solution oriented. Another really important thing you want to focus on is focus itself. You want to make sure when you're going to list your house, you don't get distracted by the other comp that came out, or the other sell that didn't go the way that it planned, or the other ones that maybe sit around the market or maybe up and down. You want to make sure that you're staying focused on your property, on your goals, on your time frame, and you're actually aligning with a selling agent or a listing agent that understands what you're looking for and can keep you in the right mindset throughout the entire process. It's important to remember not to get overwhelmed. You're selling your home, and a lot of times sellers, when they move, they're displaced. You really don't have that set routine and that set area and that set home that we're all used to having as ourselves or our families. So knowing that you're going to be packing all your stuff in boxes, putting it in trucks, not really know if those buyers' funds are coming, or if all the contingencies have been signed off. You want to make sure that you're taking a deep breath. You're dealing with a listing agent that has been through this process. They're empathetic. They're understanding to what it is that you're going through. They're making sure that you are getting the time frames and the things met that you need on your side. And you're making sure that you have all the expectations up front while not getting too overwhelmed that you're losing focus on the goals and the tasks at hand. Staging and design. This one hits home for me. My wife's a designer. We've staged properties for many years, and I've actually gotten away from, as she got more busy or whatever it was, it's really critical that when you have a listing, you want to make sure that you have access to the design and the staging to put the best foot forward. There's a statistic: a home can sell faster and up to 7% more if it's properly staged. 1% lead to fights on most listings, and sometimes you could even cancel the escrow. Let me explain. So oftentimes throughout an escrow, people actually fight over repairs, or they fight over something that came through, whether it's an appraisal or an inspection item, and it's usually less than 1% of the sale price of the house. So when you're actually trying to negotiate through the process, remember, if you get 99% right on your test, you want to make sure that you have a little room for concession or negotiations so the other side feels heard and you're not losing the transaction over something so small. Some of the best listing agents run teams. Now, this doesn't have to be something that's a rule of the road, but a lot of time they're leaders in some degree. As a listing agent, you want to make sure that you're leading people to the property. You're able to give them proper expectations. And if you sell more than one property at a time, you probably need to be able to rely on a team for open houses, staging items, negotiations, even opening it up for contractors. Little things come up and go wrong when you have listings. So as a listing agent, this one hits home. You want to be a master marketer. You want to make sure that you're not learning on someone else's home or listing. Get someone with a proven track record that knows, even if they haven't sold in the last month or two, they know how to properly market your home and give you the plan that's going to equal the success that you're looking for. So thank you again for tuning in. We really appreciate it. Comment below. Let us know any feedback you might have. We constantly want to get better and provide more information to you. If there's anything that we can do to help, comment, like, subscribe, DM. We'd love to be able to hear from you. And if you're in the SoCal area or you have anybody that is moving either to our area or away from the area, we'd love the recommendation. We'd love the referral. And always, thank you again for tuning in.